Hi everybody, I'm Jewel Morgan and I am so glad that you're joining me as we work on this art kit of the flag tribute. And so it's just a tribute to the American flag and a tribute to our country, and we really want to feel patriotism and love for our country, especially now. And so I also want to give a big thank you, shout out to Lowe's Hardware Store because they are supplying all of the paint sticks for us for this project. So why don't you pull up a chair and sit down and I'll walk you through this project. I think you'll enjoy it. Get your family, everybody can watch. Thanks. All right, when you look at all of your supplies that are in the kit, you're gonna have 7 of these large paint sticks and 2 of the small paint sticks. And so all of those sticks need to have a wood stain put on them. And so you'll want to have a covered surface, could be trash bags, several layers of newspaper. You may want to go outside to do this. Don't work anywhere where it's a special table. A very old work table would be great. You're going to get messy on this step. So whoever's going to do the wood staining, put on their glove here. How about if we put the thumb in the thumb hole? And your wood stain is in a little bottle like this. So make sure you open that very carefully. You don't want to spill anything as you open your bottle of wood stain. Wood stain is just that. It's stain. It will stain. So take your little staining cloth, fold it up several times, completely cover the opening of your bottle and just tip it up and down a few times so that you know you've saturated your cloth. And you're going to rub that stain right into the stick. Cool? All right, and then I also rubbed the edges, and that's up to you if you want to stain your edges or not, but I would stain the edges. This goes really fast. Boom. So you one done already? Almost finished. So this will go pretty fast and they dry pretty quickly too. All right, so I'm going to set that aside and we'll pretend that all of our sticks have been stained. That would be all 7 of the large sticks and our 2 small sticks. All right. So now we're going to move into the painting stage, and I want you to get all 7 of the large sticks. You can lay your 2 small sticks aside. You won't need them till later. And we're going to pour out just a small amount of your 3 colors, your red, white, and blue. Okay. And then we're going to use this paintbrush that's rather stiff. It's like a large craft brush is all it is. And you're going to tap your brush straight into the paint. And it can be messy, like the bristles can kind of separate on it. And then you're just going to brush the color on there. It doesn't have to be even. You can let some of the stained areas show through. Boom, done. You get to decide how much paint goes on those. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I need 3 done in white. Not a whole lot of paint is needed. Just tap it straight up and down and the bristles will separate like so. All right. even the youngest member of the family would enjoy doing this step. So everybody gets to participate, so everyone decides which step in this flag tribute they will be doing. All right, so all the white is done. And to clean out your brush, just dip in water and wipe. And dip and wipe. And come to a new part in your rag and continue dipping and wiping until it comes out clean. And I've also been known to jump up and run to the sink, put a little soap in the palm of my hand and wash out my brush that way as well. All right, so now we need to do some red ones. Tiny bit more. And I think I'm only gonna do, half of these last two, and you'll see why here in just a moment. Cool, alrighty. Now, clean this brush out. We've got our blue paint coming up next. And as you know, we have a blue field that we put our stars in on our flag. And so we're gonna have to lay our sticks out the way the flag will be arranged to figure out what part of this needs to be painted blue. So, we start with a red at the top, and then a white. Hope you guys can see this okay. And then a red, and then a white. And then we get to the bottom where there are full colors, full stripes of color. So it's on these top 4 stripes that we need to put our blue field. I think I'm gonna flip them around here. Yeah, that would make sense. All right, so it's those top 4 that get the blue. So I'm going to push the bottom 3 stripes a little bit out of the way. And you want to use a ruler or some kind of a straight edge and just give yourself a little straight line. What is it? It's not quite half, but it's a little more than a third. Boom. That's all you need. And now we're going to do our blue field. And if you use the Sharpie like me, you may want to just cover up that Sharpie line with your blue paint. there. And you can decide, do I need to go back and you know, second coat anything, or am I happy with the way it is? Given that this is a kind of a rustic design, it can be very free and easy. So whatever you feel comfortable with, whenever you feel it's time to stop. Get that little bristle brush out of there. There we go. Okay, voila. Alrighty, so we'll stop on the painting now. And while all of these sticks are drying, now we're gonna work on a star. Instead of getting the little tiny brush, painting every little individual star, we're gonna stamp our stars, and you're gonna create your own stamp. So this is my little star stamp right here. And you're gonna create your own on this piece of sponge that you got in your kit. So take your Sharpie, or you can take a ballpoint pen, and you're gonna draw just a 5-pointed star, and if, you know, just as big as you can make it fit on your sponge. Make it as large as possible. And I'll show you here when I'm done. Can you see that? This is large a star as you possibly can make it, like so. All right, you want to get a large pair of scissors. Maybe you keep a large pair out in the kitchen drawer. And when we're cutting this, we're going to start at the outside points and cut into the middle and turn and the outside point and into the middle each time. So that's 10 different cuts. And maybe somebody older in the family would help with this as well. This is kind of fun. Have you ever made your own stamps before? It's really kind of fun. And so on. And you can see how it works until you have all of your sides of your star cut out, all right? After the star is cut out, then you can dip it in your water and moisten it, and it will expand and it will get larger. All righty, so there's my sponge that has soaked up some water and it's soft now. I would like to see you practice stamping some stars, maybe on your newspaper or on some scrap paper. When you stamp, you need a tiny bit of paint. So if you go in there and get too much paint at the beginning, the star will be all gloppy. Ooh, that's way too much paint. And so if I stamp that, ooh, that doesn't even look like a star. So I want to tap off a lot of the paint first. Okay, now let's practice and see what we get. Getting better. So that's why I'm saying you want to practice until you get a star looking shape. So cute. Okay, just practice, practice. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, so each time you load up with more paint, you got to tap more of it off. All right, now we're going to go to the blue field, preferably when your blue area is dry, and maybe you'll need to walk away for an hour or so, let that dry. And you'll decide how many stars you want on your flag tribute. And there we go. And there's our first star, okay? And so, like I said, each time you want to kind of reload tap off some paint once you get the hang of it. And this will be really fun for you. Ta-da! Alrighty. So, all of the stars have been stamped. Everything's set aside to dry. And then we want to assemble this. Now comes the need for our two small paint sticks. And you'll notice these have little holes at the very top. All right? And so that's how we're going to be able to hang it. So what I would like for you to do when you're ready to assemble is you're going to lay out your sticks with just a little bit of space in between. Oh, I would say maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. You want to kind of eyeball that and say, about how much negative space. It'll look like a little shadow when it's hanging up. Just a little bit of space like so. And then what I did is I kind of held my little short sticks up against it and go, yeah, I still have room for the top to peek out so that I can tie my twine in there later. And so what you'll do is you'll get yourself some glue, wood glue, hot glue, whatever you like to use. And then you're going to line these up and glue them onto the little baby sticks. Get that little piece of brush off of there. And you'll do the same at this end. So I'm not gluing because I'm gonna let you do that one on your own. I know that you'll be able to do the gluing. And of course you'll wanna walk away and let that glue set. You may wanna let it set overnight. Alrighty. So that probably all can be done in the first day. You just give it a little bit of drying time in between your steps. Alrighty. So the next day you're gonna come back after everything's dry, the glue's dry, and you're going to use your twine, and this will be how our flag tribute plaque is going to hang on the wall. And as you can see from the example up here, I just thread the twine through the hole. This is super easy. I know you can figure this one out. And I just tied a double knot. 1, 2, boom, and there you go. And then you'll tie the other one at this end. All right, so now I know you can see it at this point. The last step, and this is another step where everybody in the family is going to participate, is you need to decide within the family what are your favorite sayings and what are your favorite words, maybe what are your favorite patriotic songs that come to mind that you would like to put some different feelings and phrases onto your flag tribute. So on mine, I've got God Bless America, Land That I Love, My Country 'Tis of Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty, I Pledge Allegiance to the Flag, or the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's like, woo, play baseball. All right. So also get online and look at different font styles, and maybe there's some members of your family that love doing calligraphy, or maybe somebody just has a really beautiful handwriting, script handwriting. I think it would be really fun if everybody in the family got to do at least one line in the flag tribute, and they would put in their favorite words or their favorite pieces of Americana. All right. So I can't wait for you to get yours finished. By the way, the Sharpie's included. So if you want to pencil your lines on there and then go over it with Sharpie, I think that would be really fun for you. I'm really excited for you to do this, and I just know that our country is going to feel the love from you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.